It's time now for Crime Watch.
Two women were killed in a shooting that took place in the Kurudugahamata area in Kulugammana in Kandy early today. The victims were a mother and a daughter who were 47 and 20 years of age. The police said that the shooting was committed by an army commando with the use of a T-56 weapon. At the time of the crime, the woman, her husband and children were in the house. The woman and her daughter died on the spot. The father, who was injured in the shooting, is receiving treatment at the Kandy Teaching Hospital. The police suspect that the crime may have been committed over a love affair. The suspect has been arrested, and the police added that he too is receiving treatment for injuries.
Still in local news, the movement to protect poultry traders claim that they have been incurring a large loss due to the prices of eggs reducing. They charge that the price of an egg currently stands at 5 rupees and 50 cents, while the production cost of an egg stands at 8 rupees. The poultry traders point out that they incur a loss of about 2 rupees and 50 cents on each egg. The movement to protect poultry traders engaged in a protest today in the Hettipola area, calling on officials to provide them with a solution to their issue.
The protest march, which commenced from opposite the Hettipola public ground, made its way to the city centre.
They want us to sell eggs at 3 rupees and 50 cents. We can't do that. We don't get bank loans. We have suffered a loss of 3 million rupees and our lands have been mortgaged as well.
When the price rose to 12 rupees and 50 cents, they spoke out. However, the price has fallen to 5 rupees and 50 cents and the farmers are highly inconvenienced. We inquired about the matter from the Minister of Cooperatives and Internal Trade. Earlier, eggs which were produced at cost of 7 rupees were sold between 14 and 18 rupees. During this time, they had large profit margins. They did not appear on behalf of the public during this time period. They charged that they cannot even cover the production cost now. We discussed the matter with the President during a meeting held about 1.5 months ago, and he advised the Minister of Education to provide an egg to all the afternoon meals provided to school students. We commenced this program about 3 days ago. Therefore, the prices of eggs will increase by Monday or Tuesday. There are 4.5 million students in this country, so if the price of an egg is 7 rupees, an estimated cost of 32 million rupees will need to be spent. The government is struggling to provide the school uniforms, the desk and chairs for the children, and they are also struggling to provide a proper education. I don't believe that the government will be thinking of feeding eggs to the students as a cost of 32 million rupees at this moment. Therefore, this is a complete lie.
A cartoon exhibition of Anjana Indrajit, a cartoonist of the Lakbima newspaper, was held at the National Arts Gallery yesterday.
The exhibition was named Anjanage Cartoon. Leader of the opposition Ranil Wickramasinghe, Deputy Speaker Chandima Weerakodi and Minister of Cooperatives and Internal Trade Johnston Fernando were among those who were present at the event. There won't be any cartoonists if there are no politicians. They are connected to us. Sometimes I think whether these cartoonists light a lamp on behalf of politicians every morning. If not, how can they have business? Who would give them these opportunities? As a politician, I have never been provoked by looking at a cartoon. Therefore, I tell others that you should be fortunate to appear in a newspaper cartoon. The cartoon exhibition will conclude tomorrow.
The General Convocation 2012 of the Southeastern University of Sri Lanka was held today. The event was held under the auspices of Minister of Higher Education S.P. Pesanaik.
Degrees were conferred on 421 graduates at the university by the Chancellor of the Southeastern University, Professor Archie Mohammad Ishaq.
Our government has given the highest priority to accelerate the development of higher education. We have been allocating increased capital expenditure to develop the infrastructure facilities in the universities. Very soon, we are establishing and opening the engineering faculty to the Southeastern University.
Chief priest of the Sri Balaselva Vinayagar temple at Captain Gardens, Colombo, Deshamanya Brahmashri Pa Shanmugaratnam Sharma passed away today. Born in 1915, Shanmugaratnam Sharma was 97 years old at the time of his demise. He served as an all-island Justice of the Peace and had also been bestowed with the titles Shivagama Pusanam and Shivagama Tilakam. The final rites of Brahmashri Pa Shanmugaratnam Sharma will be held at the Buralla Cemetery tomorrow evening. UPFA parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa says that it is not because of the fact that the party is weak that party reorganizing is being carried out. He expressed this view addressing a function held in Ambalanthota yesterday.
The inaugural ceremony of the construction of 600 houses for the low-income families in the Hambantota district was held yesterday. We have commenced a special program to strengthen the hands of the President in the future. We commenced the reorganizing of the SLFP from Anuradhapura. The party is being reorganized not because it is politically weak. This is the strongest government ever and which has a two-thirds majority. We need to gather many supporters and to politically create awareness amongst them.
Up next is Action TV.
At present, the residents of Hinguragoda, Paluava and Ulpatwava settlements are facing a drinking water crisis. The reason for this is that the natural spring which provided these people with drinking water has dried up. This has been the result of the arbitrary decision taken by the chairman of the Hinguragoda Pradesh Sabha. This arbitrary decision was large-scale removal of gravel from a land known by the locals in the area as Sudukanda. An attempt made by the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha to destroy this land about a year ago was foiled owing to the opposition raised by the area residents. However, this time the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha, who cast aside the opposition raised, had taken measures to achieve his objective by granting the contract to mine for gravel to an associate contractor.
The reason for the springs to dry up is the use of motor graders. Around 100 to 200 tipper truck transport gravel from here. We don't know under whose influence are these things happening.
It has been 2 weeks since the situation had begun. Area residents charged that even though they informed the relevant authorities regarding this incident, which is being conducted without any permit, they have not received a response.
We spoke to the chairman and the vice chairman as well. They send a water bowser once in every 2 weeks, which is only sufficient to 80 houses.
The tube wells that are located close to the villages provide some sort of relief to the villagers' drinking water problem.
We pump water day and night. The tube wells are not close enough. As women, we face many difficulties.
It has been over 2 years since a project was initiated to set up tube wells for drinking water purposes in the Paluava and Ulpatwava areas. A number of tube wells that were brought for this purpose are still at the Gramanildari office in the area. In this backdrop, only 2 springs are still serving their purpose out of the 6 springs that provided water to the residents. Shouldn't this act of causing difficulty to normal life and the destruction of environment by the use of power be stopped immediately? District Secretary of Polonnaruwa, this is over to you.
In the local schools rugby arena, Science College Mount Lavinia beat St. Anthony's College Katugastot at 36-0 in the Inter-School A Division League rugby tournament.
The match was played at the Science College grounds in Mount Lavinia. Both the teams did not manage to score any points in the first half. However, Science College dominated the second half to score 36 points and managed to hold the Antonians scoreless. Meanwhile, Vidyartha College Kandy beat Kingsford College Kandy 20 points to 17 in the Nittawala grounds in Kandy in another inter-school A Division League rugby match. The first half ended 12 points to 8 in favour of Kingsford College. However, Vidyartha College staged a spirited comeback to score 12 more points in the second half, while Kingsford managed only 5.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime Weekend News. I'm Sonali Vanigababike. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night.